Welcome everyone, it's Vapor Dragomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. I have been intensely grinding, and we're going to be saving up a total, where is that? Alright, yeah. What is her ranks anyway? We're going to be giving her a potion. Yuck. Okay, yeah, no, she's definitely food. She is definitely food. I thought I was judging her harshly. Apparently not. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be developing. And I've done a lot of this off screen, believe it or not. I have actually done a lot. And I mean a lot. Notice the silver? Yeah, that's from the off-screen grinding. You're welcome. Let's do 3 major summons. Food. So that is all food. So yeah, I did a lot of off-screen grinding. In fact, I continued off-screen grind right up until the point where I had no more energy fuel. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, it's not an easy process to do this much grinding, and contrary to popular belief, it's not, because you literally have to sit there and basically farm 12-6 till your eyeballs glaze over. You did not have to watch the majority of that, because I'm trying to like rush these levels as fast as humanly possible, like given my shitty equipment, which will be getting upgrades. I will be getting better equipment, etc., etc. It will happen. It is an indescribably long and brutal grind to get to the end. I really can't explain to you how long and brutal of a grind this is. I really can't. It's not something that can really be explained briefly. It just can't. Like, I just can't explain to you what kind of brutal grind is actually needed. It's a kind of grind that yeah, I cannot explain to you what kind of grind this is. Now, there is a strong temptation to upgrade champions with this. But I will resist that temptation. Now, we're going to try to purchase an item at the market. but I'm gonna go for the cheap one. Upgrade 4 times. This guy. Upgrading him is going to be an absolute thorn in my ass. Needless to say. Now, if the game will just, you know, do that, that would be great. It's going to be a long time before I get that chicken. Yep. But no, I have been grinding a lot. You're like, but Vaporsmith, have you been grinding? Yes. But I don't think you want to watch the mind-numbing amount of grinding it actually took to make that set of food. And then the very bitter decision of who's gonna take this food. That's the real, the real kicker. Who's gonna get this food? Because there's a lot of people that could need this food. But I have to make a very conscious decision on who exactly is going to be the next in line, because it's a very bitter choice. Look, you won't fully understand how bitter of a choice it is until you understand how many champions are vying for my attention. Like if I upgrade Gallic, for instance, I upgrade the face of Raid, but then I don't get a shield, I don't get a block debuffs, I get damage, but I don't get protection. Like, there is a pro and a con for every single upgrade I've got. And the problem is that there's a lot of champions. Like, I'm going to show you, just briefly, the champions vying for my attention right now. This guy, who we only need a little over 30 frags to break open his knee. His knee is... We've got this lady, who's incredibly sexy. Look at her body. Look at her face. Look at this armor. This armor is absolutely gorgeous. She's a legendary. Look at her abilities. 30% chance weaken, attacks enemies one time, 75% chance of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Increase attack buff on all allies, fills their turn meter, heals them by 25% of their max health, and a revive. Revives all dead allies. 35% HP. Fills the turn meters. Let me remind you all that this champion is on the table if I complete her missions. This champion is incredible. And she's the narrator of the game. Like, this is what's on the table. That's what I'm wanting to save that food potentially for. Like, it's a big deal. Arbiter would be a massive deal. You know how big of a revive that is. You know how few champions in the game have that kind of a revive? Very few. Very, very few. Like, it's giving me a headache even thinking about how few champions do it. Like, maybe a couple of rares. Like, and legendaries, like Sifu, who I have a very low chance of ever getting. Like, I can't even explain to you how big of a deal that is. All of that's on the table. All of that is on the table. So that's why I'm like, okay, since that's on the table, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't even use Gallic in a lot of content, for instance. Like, Manaya, for instance, incredibly powerful champion. Could be useful in a lot of content. Granted, her booking her is going to be an absolute nightmare and a half. But yeah. She also, like, I don't know. Like, it's such a bitter contest. It really is. When you think about it. When you really think about what long-term investments are at stake. When you really think about it, it becomes doubly hard to take a champion to 60. Because there's so much at stake. Here. There is so many champions that I could choose. That's the truth. It's a bitter truth. It's probably the most bitter truth I've ever had to utter in my life. But it's truth. And the thing that's bitter about maxing Manaya is that getting the books for her is a nightmare. It's an actual nightmare. But yeah, I am going to save that food to see if I can get in any reasonable fashion one of those legendaries. Because that's probably what I'm going to be saving that for. Because both of those legendaries, if we get them, will be absolutely game-changing for this account. Like, that's the problem with Gallic right now. He's not game-changing enough. And yeah, it's been a while since I've had the opportunity to rank 6 a champion. So I don't want to blow everything for that. But it's hard to resist. It's hard to resist because there's so many champions you can rank 5 or 6. There's so many for so many purposes. But the biggest temptation, why I'm not doing it point blank, is I do not have a rank 6 reviver. Straight up, I don't have one. And although Haruspax has a revive, it's going to be a while before he is created or forged. Now that does not mean that I'm not going to develop some food for him. But if I get Arbiter, and this is where the plot thickens here. If I get Arbiter, all of my dreams of getting this legendary champion will finally come to light. Because I've always wanted an Arbiter. Ever since... Apparently does enough damage, doesn't care. Yeah. As you can clearly see... Let's check tournaments. I guess we could do a spider tournament. Let's first do a ×10 summon. Man. I have to fight in Classic Arena. Oh, okay. Here's one. Here's one I can do. Okay, we got one thing out of their equation. See, the benefit of having what did I just realize? Arbiter wouldn't help my channel that much. You know what would help my channel? What would? This is gonna sound terrible. But you know what? You know this champion? And how many views it just brought me? I debt my entire channel to you. And so, I will max him! Yeah, baby. That's right. That's right. And to make it even better... we will take him to 6-star. Hell yeah! You heard it here first. I did it. I did it. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Ninja has finally reached 6-star. That's right. The champion that gave my channel so much, that put my channel on the map. I have finally decided to give him the gift of 6-star.